Good evening. On behalf of National Gallery of Modern Art Bengaluru, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all on this special slide talk presentation by artist KP Reji, presented in conjunction with our ongoing exhibition, One World, the divine thread that binds humanity and nature. Born in Kerala in 1972, KP Reji studied painting at the Faculty of Fine Arts, Maharaja Sayuji Rao University of Baroda. Over past 2 decades, he has developed a distinctive artistic practice that explores the relationship between the individual and the society, engaging with themes of identity, family, politics, power, and the human conditions. His paintings are known for their distinctive figurative forms and seemingly simple visual language. However, beneath this simplicity lies a complex world of symbolism, social commentary, and psychological inquiry. Reji often places familiar figures and objects in unexpected situations, encouraging viewers to look beyond the surface and question the relationships and realities represented in his work. His practice has been widely exhibited in India and internationally, including at the Kochi Musere Biennale, Jogja Biennale, Diria, the Contemporary Art Biennale recently, and the Kunstmuseum Bern in Switzerland and the St. George's Museum of Art in United States. His work has always been represented at major international art platforms in Shanghai, Milan, and China. In recognition of his contribution to contemporary Indian art, Reji received the Sanskriti Award for Young Artist in 2007. What makes his practice particularly relevant to our exhibition is his continued engagement with the interconnectedness of individual, society, and the world around us. His work invites us to reflect on how our personal lives are shaped by large social, cultural, and environmental realities. Today's slide talk gives us an opportunity to hear directly from the artist about his creative journey, ideas, influences, and artistic process. It's my pleasure to welcome KP Reji sir with us at the National Gallery of Modern Art, and please join me in welcoming him on stage and presenting. Yeah, yeah, please, it is here. The screen is here.
Yeah,
You can present it from here.
first some water tension. Ah, so thank you everyone. Oh, uh, I am I'm going to start with the first work I done in Bangalore. I was here in 2000. After my MA, I went to Kerala. I was there for almost 2 months. After that, I thought I'll be stuck in my tea shop. So I escaped to Bangalore. And luckily, one of my friend was staying here, Manu Matai. Then Kiran Subbaya gave me a job assisting him, and daily wages of 100 rupees. and and I'm not assisting him for his work. I am making boxes for his packaging his works. It's not that I am working on his sculpture or painting. So this work, when I was in Kerala, I used to get a phone call from Baroda or Bangalore, one of my friend. Um, and that time there was no phone in my house. She used to call to my neighbor's house, and she will tell I will call after 5 minutes. So I used to go there and wait for 5 minutes. Then her call comes. So it was a regular practice. After coming to Bangalore, she became my girlfriend, lover. And that time I thought I will start with this painting. I had done this first painting in Bangalore. Later I married to her and we are happily living together now. Okay, this is a call after 5 minutes. And before the love affair, I used to do a lot of love painting. This is this is a fourth year exam work. This is the first love painting I done. It is taken from this old Hindi song which is called The Hindi song, "Na Samne Wale Khidki Mein Chand Ka Tukda Rehta Hai." It is it is from that. Actually, there is some other Russian painting connections also there. Anyway, uh, it got me some thread. But then next love painting is coming after 1 year. This is also some personal story is there, which is when I was young, I used to go and give this milk to many houses. घर से दूध देने के लिए जाता था. So used to like some girls, some houses, but he won't say anything. But in the memory of that, I done it. Of course, some Giotto painting and all I used to. Uh, uh, I think Piero della Francesca, the one painting I referred to is. Then later, I am not giving it in order. It will be mixing it up. The painting time will be going up and down. And this is a chicken shop which was there next to my house in Shukranagar, and other love painting. And I done many love painting. I thought I'll stop it. I you know I stop it with this love painting which is called Study for Love Painting. It is in the studio. We used to ask some friends or the girls whom you like to spend some time. I'll ask them to just pose for a portrait. So it is about that. And here the evidence: Sitara, Anbu, uh, then Binoy PJ, Riaz Komu, Daya, Resmi Mala, and Walsen Kurma Koleri. So that is it. And one more love painting here. People are not looking each other. Actually, whenever I do this love painting, Kiran Subbiah used to tell that, um, are you putting fair and lovely in their face? That late used to used to make fun of my love paintings, but it is supposed to be late. So this was also 7 Shuklanagar. I was staying in 5 Shuklanagar. I used to take images from nearby me where I was staying, and daily seeing things or from daily sketches. And not just love painting. I used to do some other painting. It's called Peddler. This is my MA work. Uh, uh, this is also from sketches, kind of taste seller. In that time, this painting, my interest was to do that salt, that white, which is almost like a kind of diamond. That time, there used to be people used to sell this salt in the cart, you know. So I want to catch that jewel kind of salt in my painting. So taste seller. Then it is untitled, but it is like just above my head. I done some series of work, which is the small houses with the things on top of it. This is one of it. It's called Good Earth. This is all things what you see, kind of on the street. There are slum areas or what they used to put these plants on this utensils. Good Earth again. So there are some other subject also I used to, I just want to tell that not just love painting. I used to do the other kind of things also in between. Love painting is coming. Maybe I will be doing, in gap of 6 months. Maybe after 1 year, 2 year. It is not a series of work I planned and now love painting. It's not like that. This is to move the mount. And I used to that time I used to look at some of this people in migration, migrating people, who were mostly forced out. So it is coming from there. There is some images you can see. I just played with that image. There is a Gandhi kind of image. I like the cow image, which is like a mother and kid. And unexpected guest. This is also having a personal story. My father's sister. Actually, in Kerala that time there was no phone or anything. The friends used to come just like friends or relatives. They just comes just like that, and they will come maybe afternoon lunch time. Maybe there won't be anything special. So my father's sisters, most of the time she will go and look at the hair, the anda ayaka, is there is egg or not. And at the same time, my experiment, my kind of enjoyment as a painter is how to use this flat color and the drawing in the painting. That if you look at the sky, there is a the line drawing which is coming. Those are the area I was as a painter in my practice I was interested in those kind of things also. And if you look at, if that fellow stand up, he will go out of the roof, kind of. So there is no any kind of logic in assembling things. This is untitled work. I suppose I could have titled something. That time I didn't get any title, so I didn't title it. And this is one of the painting, two painting I done. This is the first painting, big painting I done after going back to Baroda. I'm going back to Baroda in 2003. So uh, that riots, after the riots, that feel was there in the air all the time. So it is like a hope, kind of image of hope. I done it. It is taken from Tarkovsky's movie Sacrifice. There is a dry tree, and the kid is coming and watering it every day, and some kind of communication with TV Santosh one painting. A boy is watering a plant. Boy, no, man. That model was me. So, and when the house is burning, this is a old one of Malayalam saying was there. When the house getting burned, people try to steal banana plant, kind of. So it is also after riot, kind of. So there was a lot of images of looting and this thing. So from that only it came. And this is the first big painting I am doing. I was enjoying doing the big painting. I'm, violently I am putting, I am using big brush, and just it was a kind of, freedom kind of things. Otherwise, I was doing small paintings here. Uh, there was a small studio in Bangalore, and Pushpamala gave me a residency in Bangalore. So, so I was using that freedom. I was enjoying that, how that freedom of using big brush. And I tried it again. In this title is 100% vegetarian. There is subtitles. Top God's fart. Actually, childhood, when the thunder happened, we used to tell God is farting. That it is from that. And don't pee on the moon. And other skin make good belt. So this is an attempt to make a much more narration or into that work. Then I used to do a lot of still life. I'm showing one or two. Um, this is in my studio. I arranged the objects and I was doing this. These three objects I kept it in the studio same time I was working. Wood, tire. Actually, it is a spelling TYRE. चाहिए था TIRE. Okay, but I thought it is okay. Tiredness, tire is all same. I felt, kind of. Then, and a stone on a road with little fire. So I just played with that, objects in a different space. So this is the work: wood, tire, and stone. And sometimes you won't get ideas. You'll get blocked. You may have idea, you don't know how to start it or anything. Some blockage will happen. So that time I saw, there is a working table is in front of me. All the brushes are waiting. All the I thought I will paint that. So that is how this painting came. And that object, that toy which was there, that army toy, I used in one other painting. I think it is coming later in this. So it's all the things what all there. I just took only one or two brush to paint this. Otherwise, all the things are there as it is. And this called the beds. One more love painting. I thought it will stop. Again, 2009. Again, it is coming. And here there are many things. There is a Picasso's one sculpture form is there, and my own painting that the vehicle and that to move the mountain series work is there. And my interest was that family in Blast. This that time there was a lot of blasts happening around, and there was an chocolate ad. Leddu food. Okay, when you have chocolate, I took that from that ad only, and and it's called the Birds. Birds is Hitchcock movie. That suspense and this and that. I just thought I will title it as the Birds, and there are a lot of birds also. And she is using Gucci bag and all these branded Nike shoes. There are a lot of duplicate things available that time maybe because and last floor. It was This is the building which I can see. I just want to do that floor because it is not about the story or the figure or nothing was in my mind. I just want to see that do that building which I can see from my studio. So there is a the that place many army people used to stay. So there will be this army cloth drying. Then I use old monk there to censor him. At the same time, it is a money plant, which is common. And this is the time I started using kids. And kids always, started looking. And this eye to eye contact I started using from the, some figures. This is that building only. Even I had that image of that building. I couldn't mind to find in the last moment. One more girl with a rooster. I'm just showing it because this is a time the kids started coming into my painting, and this is a time we are watching many of Iranian movies. They use many main characters will be kids, and kind of how they are using them. And the blast is still happening. And if you look at that Almara, there is a reflection of my own painting. That good earth is there to communicate. There is a other side. There is that place. And dinner with a pinch of salt. This is also love painting, but it is here and all the prominency of eye to eye contact coming into action. This cockroach is not that cockroach, but it is. And this is the that army figure toy I was using geography lesson. The kids started coming in a major way into my painting. Later, only kids were there in my painting. This is called school. Suman, this is a Jogja Binale work. Suman Govinand curated it. And the curator was asking me to do something related to this epics and all, Mahabharata, Ramayana, that time that connected to that. But unfortunately, I never read Ramayana fully or Mahabharata fully, or have only this Amar Chitrakatha, that illustrated books or some stories here and there and some movies, serial. So I didn't get into that unnecessary. I don't want to make much trouble. But in school, there is a kind of lot of characters. My friend was there, Krishnan, Ramakrishnan, and Narayanan, Shivanguti. There are Lakshmi, Saraswati. All these characters were around me in my school. Kind of almost everyone was from god or goddess or characters from these epics. So I started playing with that. There are Arjuna. I like that monkey jumping on top. I first it was together, then I thought I'll split it. Monkey's half part, so that diving feel I'll get. Then there is a bird I put for that movement, and the helicopter I put it instead of Ravana's Vimana. And there are Arjuna. Um, then there is a love painting I added. It is there's a fish bone is also there. I don't have detail. That time it was I didn't done any kind of good documentation. Then Krishna with a snake. There is a frog and all is coming from that fellows. One more painting with the kids in major role. Hideout. And this is mostly in the childhood games, almost this hide and seek, police and thief and chasing, almost all the game. is a kind of survival games, which will help you even now, kind of how where to hide. And there are some conscious approach into the landscape. It is almost like a house, courtyard, or kind of the kitchen garden or something like that behind the house. And for the sound, I put train, and there is a recordist is there behind it. When I was doing the recordist, I had a major issue. If you compare it, logically looking, that train has to be triple the size of that figure. So what I done, I put that uh, uh, coconut tree and a kid in between, so it will separate, so you don't notice it. That moment, kind of, it will, when it's separate, you won't feel that it is that issue. And you can do that figure, that record is small, if you actually, if you comparatively, if you do it properly, the figure will be only this much, and you can paint it all. And all the vegetables, which is ginger, all this curry pata, this that and all is there. Then this is a painting which I done for Kochi Musuris Binale. I taken this things from when uh, oral history in my village. There was a oral history in my village. Was there, this farmer is trying to save the farmland in the rainy time. He just lie down the place, and he's trying to save the farmland. And it has a kind of three layers of history, which and the these kids were there in our place, which is in, I think, Gandhiji in the time. We used to go for this Sevanavara, that we used to go and clean the places around the school, and that is the time we used to carry the sword, kind of all these weapons, and like a kind of army, we used to march with these weapons. So that is the Gandhi's, that Sevanavara. And uh, the ship is INS Virat. Uh, that is the ship which India bought from British after independence. You know, and as a painter, my enjoyment was how to play with the gray. In Kerala, that if you go in the rainy season, the landscape is few colors only you can see. One is gray. If it is a backwater side, it will be reflecting also. Water also will be gray, and some green. And if you see some sand, that color also. So I was trying to play with that gray, so to get much more uh, complicated challenge for me, I try to do this crow also in between. There is a, and there is a blue gray, green gray, red gray, different grays. Just enjoying painting gray. And almost all the things were very common things, which is regularly we are seeing, kind of the crow, fish, and this plants. And almost all the plants also identifiable. And there you can see some flower kind of things down, which is kind of all these viruses, flu virus, H1N1, cholera, these things. All this virus, I placed it. That was also very common that time. So I just placed it like that. So Tumpingal Chatan. And this is Annual Day Goa. Actually, it is commissioned by one Goa client. And I was doing anyway the kids this thing. I had some plan, but I added Nehru and Vasco da Gama into it. I was reading about Goa that time, and some interview, somebody is saying that Goa invaded by two people. One is first Vasco da Gama, then Nehru. So I just placed them in the pedestal, and I gave the trophy to Vasco da Gama because he is dressed up, a lot of makeup he has to do. So this was a school I studied. Kind of, it is called nest period. The school, when the period changes, we used to go to the next class and collect the globe and and the skeleton, all the simple thing that the school I remembered. And the flag post is there. I didn't put the flag there because if I put a flag that day, kids won't be there. It will be a holiday. August 15th and Republic Day and all. This is one other which is called the blue flag. The same skeleton kid is also there in it. This is coming after one politician was saying one day that there shouldn't be any kind of political activities in uh, academic institutions. So I was thinking about my place. It is from fifth standard we have election. We started learning how to vote from the fifth standard. We used to go with the flag on the street, kind of the same kind of election campaign. We full shouting slogans and all the kind of things was there. So in memory, think about that. I done this. That kids is looking at you. Kid is looking at you. There is a the same game I am playing with that icon for that eye contact. So you think that you are part of it. You are being automatically become part of the painting. You are seeing that event. And this is from Great Dictator Chaplin, that globe. And this is it is a 2017 work. Good morning. What is Trump saying today? Actually, I I started this. I started one script. It didn't move more than 5 minutes or it is about my tea shop. We had a tea shop was there in Kerala. It is almost same kind of tea shop, and but it was not in the this kind of background. There the people used to come early morning and read newspaper, and there will be before newspaper there will be local news, and then after newspaper there will be all the discussion will happen about the politics, nationally and internationally. All those things will be there. There will be fight also sometimes. So it is that only. So what is Trump saying today? At the same time, I was doing some other painting. This painting started before that, and it took almost 2 years to finish it because I had doubt about the center panel. Go eating jalebi. Of course, the title is coming from Bubangaka. That one was a story. This police officer go to arrest the thief, and the thief was eating jalebi. So seeing jalebi, he couldn't mind to say that you are under arrest. He could with the water inside his mouth because of this watering mouth. So this is a kind of there were many strikes were happening in Delhi. So it's during that time I started this. Mm, Simple tea shop, and actor is getting ready in front of Parliament, and this is from Chaplin's Kid. You may remember that kid and police. And this protesters I taken from many different protesters. Kind of you can recognize many other people. I think the mothers protest and the nurses protest and uh, farmers protest. All those things. So yes, again still life. I used to beach I used to do this still life in kind of. But here something different. This is a fundamental studies. It titled fundamental studies. Tau. You can see these cuts. This is the first work I done, and it is about the political things happening around that disturbance to the intellectuals. Their ink throwing into the. There are many disturbance was happening there. No, fundamental studies flowers. This also everything is pierced. You know, onion was one of the major issue, and food is a major issue. So fundamental studies tiffin box. Then Delhi visit. It is done during the farmer strike, connected to the farmer strike. And you can see that boy is There is a radio in some details are there. There is a radio in that boy's hand, and there is a Gandhi. This that I want to. I don't know what what can I, what image I can use for showing it as Delhi. So I use the police quarters, police office, that, and that has this Gandhi's portrait done by Anbu and one of her friend. So I use that. It can easily identifiable. Um, Now it is shifted to somewhere else at police. This is, and metro was one of the things. And the T-shirt, that emblem is CPI ka emblem se nikala hai. I remove the sickle, so I just use that because they were the one of the major farmer strike in the beginning. That they just use that only the police in the garden. It is connected to the other cut painting only, but I am doing it is late. It is 2021, but it was the part of my solo show. All this, that still life and this and all, which is called cut pieces. And this is about this kind of. There are many issues were happening around almost Delhi, Bombay. Kind of this these people, more police. They used to come and disturb the people, lovers and couples and all, when they sit together in garden or in beach or anywhere. So police in the garden. So you can see the. I purposefully put lot of labor in making it. If you don't put that much labor, that cut and piercing won't work. Otherwise, kind of, oh, it's okay. So okay, when you do that, when you show the labor, it will some other kind of feeling. I instead of police, I for the disturbance, I done this. Police in the forest. You can see the piercing there. Police in the kitchen. The kitchen is kind of, I done it like a still life. Where I was, my studio was. It was Lavanya's house. Her kitchen only it was. Uh, so I used everything arranged. Even if you use that things around, you can make a nice meat curry. That all masalas are what I used to use to make meat curry. And when I was doing that police in the garden and some other works, it is you're sitting with a small brush and hours you are sitting. It's a kind of many days, layer by layer you are doing. You will get frustrated. So that time I thought I had to move to something. I had some idea about make this sketchbook scribbling into a kind of make it as a language. So there was a kind of big canvas was already stretched. Then I put this color. I used aluminum color. Aluminum is silver color, which can make a kind of gray or white. If I use white, it will be contrast will be more. So it is from my sketchbook scribbling I done. It is called Weight Jetty. It is also the scribbling I done for some painting I planned for migration and stuff like that. Cut pieces. This is a painting I done in this series that Silver Works. This is the painting I done was that time Corona time we used to watch a lot of guys. I heard about her performance. This is the time I saw her video cut pieces. Yukonos video of that. From there that time I done a drawing in my sketchbook. It just hit you like anything. That work. So I done that. And silver I used because of the gray. Other thing is that if I use a other kind of tone, gray tone and all, if I want to correct it, I won't get the same tone. Then there will be a patch. So this is automatically you can get the tones when you move and all. Kind of there will be. Mary had a little lamp. That time Air India was sold to Tata. Then ISRO and Gandhi and Ambedkar were again in scene. One of the model is my daughter. groom in the blue background. And that time we were mostly, the corona time, we were mostly into the media and stuff like that. There was a lot of photographs, which is image which you strike you. I just thought I will study some of the photograph. This, I think most of the people might be familiar with the photograph, Rohit Vemula's that incident, that time's photograph. So it is, I am censoring all the peoples around, and I am using only the infrastructure, hostel, bridge, things like that. So it is study from photograph hostel, study from photograph bus stand. That the people are moving, traveling. That corona time, there was a lot of photographs coming. There was a lot of photographs around, and statue, bridge, and one more drawing from my sketchbook, which went into a kind of big scale work. This is a far-based strike which I is trying to do. Mm. Crossing sea. I was looking at many of these migration images. So there were some images of kids are looking at this dead bird, and I'm using migratory bird here, crossing mountain. And this work I done for a show curated by Annapurna Garimala in Delhi, Dumimal Gallery, which she gave me a kind of tough job to look at one of the major writer from Kerala, M. Mukherjee's Delhi Solitude. I thought it was his other novel, Delhi, but later I read the novel. It was a very tough novel to handle, and in that novel, it is almost some 35 years of history. That is his life in Delhi from around 50s to after independence to 85, 90s. That is, there's a 2 3 wars, riots, then Indira Gandhi's assassination. All those things were happening that time. This his travel, his life going through all this kind of situation, and that almost the major thing I noticed that the woman presence in that novel is kind of very strong and very disturbing, feel also in that, kind of. So I thought of using that into my painting. First, I told her that I will do many sketches, this, that, and all, but nothing happened. I done only three paintings today in history, and it is about, it's a repeating. There is a bulldozer things happen in Sanjay Gandhi time, so you can mirror it now. Also, there is many things were happening. The woman is consoling, and lynching of memorial, India Gate, and radio. This is that family planning time. There was a force, things were there that, kind of. Here are the this I purposely use that woman looking at you, kind of questioning, like a question. And that is the time where is, they used to give free bucket. I just use that emblem of family planning under near to that. And that character was an iron person, kind of. And this is my last painting, which is called Tindram, which is I done for the Ria Binale. It, I done the painting in 2025, but the show was on in January 2026. And it is coming from a kind of, I went for a science exhibition in a school near to my home. And there are almost all the schools were exhibiting, the students were exhibiting. There is one student's work is a kind of missile launcher. And they are using, she is telling that they are using that tube transport technology, that magnetic levitation technology, which is used in tube transport. So which using that, and in this missile launcher. So she is telling, that kid is telling me that, so you can control pollution. See, you can imagine the kind of mass destructive weapon with a pollution control technology. Then I thought, actually I stopped that kids painting long time back. I was into some other paintings. Then because of that incident, I again went into this kids painting. And first I planned 5 by 15 feet, same like other painting, continuous kids are moving with the things. Then it is getting little, for me it is nothing excitement, no excitement, what is going to happen. So I thought I will control it, one canvas. Then I how to balance it with that space. Here I am using many reference. I was looking at many war paintings. This is Rousseau's tree I used. Actually, this is coming from Naji al-Ali, that Palestinian cartoonist, political cartoonist. His one character is, the major character is that Handala. He always look at the things. You will see his back folding behind, and looking at the events. So first I thought I will make her stand, but there is one other figure is already standing in front. That was one of the major figure I feel. So I made her sit and looking at the thing, what is happening. And the Parle-G biscuit, which is I use, that might be the kid which is portrayed, printed, the maximum amount, kind of. Then that structure is from Birds, Hitchcock movie. It is not a war movie, but I want just to play with the tension. The people who knows that movies can connect something. And Benton. Benton is the only hope now. Only kids can, kind of save us now. So I purposefully use the Benton character. And Tinram. This figure is coming late. And Naji Allali is that Handala is also 10 years old boy, born in 10 when he was 10 years, and living in 10 years only. Here this character also, I think he stopped growing after 10 or 12 years. It's a war movie. It's called Tintram only. It is Gundargas novel. It is adaptation of Gundargas novel. And the sky I took from Goya. First I used many other guide. Two sky I tried, but I was not happy with it. Then I thought Goya is better. So the sky is coming from Goya. Still, I felt that the other thing is also there, that migratory bed, dead bed. Still, I was not happy with that field, so I added 7 more feet of sky. So it has become 21 feet, 5 feet by 21 feet. It's called Tinra. And started with something else. At the end, the image I got in the last become the title of the painting. This was a display. Thank you. More again?
Hello. Uh, now you can ask questions if you have anything. Let's start with the question and answer session.
If I can't answer, you people can also answer. It is about art only, so no issue. Yeah, sure.
Thank you for actually, I've known you for such a long time,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at your work all those years, and I think what really strikes me now is the amount of investment in art history that you have made, in literature and art history. not necessarily an academic, but a kind of investigative companion. How to investigate an idea like a Goya sky and the still life, a Rousseau tree, and again and again I saw Bhupen Kaka in your
Yeah, that
painting
was from the beginning. Yeah.
from the beginning. And I would like you to step back from your paintings for a second and please talk about your relationship to art history and literature. Art history, and literature. Because in a way, your paintings are a kind of art history.
Yeah, it was very tough for me, art history classes and
I
all the things,
know.
because my English was, very bad, and the only the visual memory is there. To look at that may be the reason it is, coming to you when you are doing a painting. It is not like a theoretical practice. It is visually, it is connecting you to when you are doing one thing. Suddenly you remember some images. So the and history is, in that way, kind of. And the movie thing is also is, that time we used to watch a lot of movies, and I was a film club secretary, and we all the friends, before screening for the public, we used to sit and sit and watch this 2 3 4 times. We used to make posters for the before the screening. So all the artists used to make posters. Many artists from Baroda used to make, so we used to screen and load. So this memory is visual memory is there, that each and every scene is there in your mind. It is there. And other thing in literature, the mostly almost my friend all my friends were well read, so there is a sharing is happening. I used to read Malayalam mostly, and English, it was very difficult for me. I had to, catch up with that speed. It is very difficult, kind of, but I used to read. It's not that I am not reading or anything, but uh, so the Malayalam, that Malayalam, that background helped me a lot. Many of the international books were Spanish or French or all this, Russian, all these books were translated to Malayalam. So we were familiar with the literature. So this is, and I'm not Atmanirbhar, no, so you have to depend on something while you are making. So that is the reason. History, it is, it's maybe my that visual memory. When you do something, it automatically catch you, kind of. And the thing is that Bhubankar, when you saying Bhubankar, Sudhir Padwardhan, all those people gave me a kind of little bit freedom, kind of. When you look at Bhubankar's painting, you will know you are not afraid, kind of. No, you can do anything. You can make a cyclist as a, just watch repair. You can make a painting, so that make you don't need a big ideas to, complete. That simple thing also can make a painting. So if you look at, and the other thing is my reference to Piero della Francesca, Giotto, all those things are visual reference. When I was doing this, I was telling the flat color, very light rendering, and those are coming from them. It's all, I used to look, I used to refer how they manage the space, how they, some of the time I just copied that first, that painting, that milk pouring, that space is, I think Piero della Francesca has one painting. The space is just copied. I made it into that landscape with one banana and the other images. So it is that visual memory which is, when you do the one painting, you just, communicate with that. I think I hope I answered your questions. Yeah.
Hello. Actually, like some of us here have been looking at the exhibition, and we've seen some of your paintings and also guided some of your paintings. The painting with the banana and the one pouring the,
Water in the,
yeah, can you please go to that slide because I have a question about the brush strokes that you're using. Um, so
it is in the beginning,
yeah.
Sorry, laptop is not working, so I had to. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So second slideshow is happening. Ah,
Yeah. So what was really interesting in seeing your work is the prominence of fire in your paintings, and another is the shading technique, right? Like if you see the shading, it's like it's it's almost as if there's like a gradient, but it's almost a triangular gradient. And then in the next, the banana leaf, you see that the leaf as well, like you can see like the gradient is almost always in a triangular like shape. And that kind of I've seen that kind of triangular gradient of shading and blending come up in your paintings throughout. Like I'd be very interested to know that how like you think about shading and blending in your artworks.
that composition. Many of them. Somebody else also told me about this. That geometrical kind of that kind of compositional thing is there in my work. Actually, I was looking at the painting and changing, and kind of it is when I am happy with that visual, I just stop it. That is how I work, and it can change anytime, anywhere. And the this is a kind of real that my practice. I'm trying to enjoy my process. Here, this is the first big painting I was doing. That I before that I was doing the small paintings, and I'm not using kind of much of movement in my only the hand movement. No, the body is not moving. So this is a kind of art to do the big painting to be go little free. That when I got that big painting, I'm just using that freedom. It is other than that, I am not conscious about what is there is no conscious approach into that kind of space. Or so I was just doing it when I'm just seeing it again, changing it, doing it. That is it. Almost all the painting have that thing. Even the last tin drum, it is not that image. There was a ship in it. There was a kind of other kind of weapon was there. I removed that one side from all this. Warship was there, and almost all the things were India made in India. Kind of all the ship was also that all those things were I used them. There is a little conscious about that. What you are using. Uh, so for me, it is not a conscious process about using the geometrical this thing or anything. Actually, one or two painting I used consciously, especially that the blue flag. It is a difficult kind of different composition for me. First, this is a squarish one. If you look at that painting, is a squarish one. I don't know how to handle it. I am okay with it 5 by 7 size. I'm comfortable with the 5 by 7. That is the normal, almost like any photographs size 6 by 4 or 4 by 6. It's like that kind of uh, format I am used to. So there I made a graph. Then I place some position that first, second, third. Then I painted. Otherwise, it is all while doing the work. How it is looking? It's good. No, okay, I change it. It's like that. Even the colors, even the this work. My interest was there. How to use, it is almost like a monochrome if you look at it. The different tones of yellow is coming. Only that blue is. I just want to, you know, place that blue to crack it. Otherwise, as a painter, I am enjoying something else also. Not, that is it is in the process. I was enjoying the other things in it. It's a lot of colors in it. Now I looked. I think I felt one or two colors is missing. If you mix white, there is after some years that one tone will go down. So almost like a monochrome. That little green is there. Otherwise, that blue. That is. So this is a kind of challenging yourself. Each painting has to, and sometimes you'll get excited. With your own work. If you get excited with your own work, you know that it is not a bad work. Can people may like it. It is that.
Fo- Quick follow-up, if that's okay. In the next painting as well, um, like the house, you trace the house, but you didn't fill in the color of the house. I would be interested to know your kind of thought
No,
process
the,
behind
one
that.
one thought process was the burned house. After that, only the structure will be there. And I am using the other thing also. I am play that time I am playing with this drawing and the painting, that paint, kind of line drawings and paint. So I am mixing that both together. Okay. Any more questions? Thank you.
So, on behalf of National Gallery of Modern Art,
Before that, I would like to thank NGMA, Darshan, all your team, and all the people who came here for this. It is very difficult in Bangalore. It is seeing, coming from one place to another. It is. I know that it's very tough job. You people took the pain and came here. Thank you all. And Darshan, thank you. Because of this, I could manage to meet many of my friends after long, long time.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Pleasure is ours. And so, can I have some stage light? Stage light, please. So, on behalf of National Gallery of Modern Art Bangalore and Ministry of Culture, Government of India, I thank Sir KP Reji sir for being here, readily agreeing to the talk, coming all the way from Baroda and giving this talk because he came yesterday, giving the talk, going after the talk is also time taking, and to be here physically. And people who have not able to catch up the show, the two paintings at the end, what has been discussed is part of the show, and it's NGMS collection, which is in the collection. So please catch up the show. And now I request my colleague, Ms. Amrita, to kindly come up on stage. Sir, please come up on stage so that we can thank on behalf of everybody and the NGMA for being here and having this wonderful evening. Uh, Thank you, sir. So before we call it a day, on 20th August we have the exhibition One Mother, Many Mother Tongues, which is a collaborative exhibition between Italian Consulate and the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, which has two sculptures and one painting from Italy, and seven sculptures across India from different museums. It's a rare opportunity to catch up this exhibition. I request everybody to be there for the opening at 5:30. That's August 20th. So thank you once again for being here, joining us. See you again. Thank you.